Hi everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage. I'm Leslie Watkins. And today is Watercolor Wednesday. So we had snow here a little bit last night, a little bit the other day. And while the daffodils are all out and blooming, there's not a lot of other things going on except that we do have a star magnolia. Isn't that beautiful? One of my favorites. So I thought we would use this as our specimen today. And I think it's particularly timely because next month in the May class, we're going to be painting magnolias. And there's the entire month is going to be a magnolia theme. And I have a lot of different classes in store for you. So if you're interested in those classes, please go to dandelioncottagedesign.com and subscribe to Notes from Dandelion Cottage, and you will get an email with the listing of all of the classes coming up next month and the future months as well. So please do that. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the YouTube channel coming up where I will have all of these how-to videos stored. And I think that's all I've got to tell you about for now. So let's get started painting. So this is a piece of hot press watercolor paper. This is my beautiful star magnolia. Not quite open yet, and you can see that it has these beautiful fuzzy seed or blossom bud capsules. I'm not even sure what they're called. I'll have to look that up. But look how furry and silky they are. Just beautiful. There's no leaves on the tree yet. In this particular tree, the flowers bloom before the leaves come out. You can see the little buds along the stem where they're going to be. And inside, this is just a baby, so it's kind of underdeveloped. But you can see the beginning, I think, yeah. Just beautiful. All right, so this is just going to be a quick sketch to show you how I begin to do a little study. My intention is to do a number of these between now and the end of the month so that when May hits, I'll have a nice collection of studies that I can use to make a more comprehensive picture, and also to teach the full class, which will have a lot more information than what you'll see here. So with a number 2 pencil and my hot press watercolor paper, I'm just going to lay this down on the table in front of me. And I'm going to get the basic shape first, and I'm going very lightly. And I want to pay attention to these little fuzzy bud containers. And maybe pick out just 1 or 2 of these petals. Okay. Just a very light pencil drawing. As always, I'm using just 3 colors, yellow, red, and blue. And if I mix them all together, I'm just wetting my paints right now. Also in the class will be a complete materials list. I'll show you my entire setup, which is very simple, very easy to replicate, what my lighting is like. So all I'm doing is I'm taking the red, yellow, and blue, I'm mixing them all together, and I'm getting a very pale, cool gray tone. And I'm just going to begin to sketch with my brush. I'm indicating some of these shadow areas. I think you can see that in around through here. Alright, now today I do have a secondary light source which is sort of messing with my directional light. So actually let me show you that. So I'm just going to turn this artificial light off for a minute and you'll see the difference. That's the natural light, and actually I think you can see pretty well, so we'll go with that. I always recommend natural light whenever possible. And I want to get that stem established, so that's kind of a green with orangey red. I'll just begin painting that. Okay, and now the base of the flower has this very beautiful kind of a warm glow. I'm just going to put a little of a sort of an orange mixture and just let that soften out. And also I'm seeing a little of that on the tips of the petals over here as well. So what's starting to happen is a play between the warm and cool tones that's very attractive. So the yellowish tones are making those gray, cool grays look more violet. And this is why it's important to work all over your picture at the same time, because every time you put another color down, it's going to affect what you've already got there. So let's get some darker tones. I'm mixing red and blue together to get a nice cool blue violet. And there's a couple of spots here that are in shadow. And now I want to pick out a few of these accents in in the spaces between the individual petals. And also inside the opening of the blossom. And really what I'm doing here is I'm just drawing with the brush. Okay, and that's why it's not so important that you have an entirely accurate pencil drawing right from the beginning, because as you develop your painting, you're going to tighten up on your drawing, and I think you'll get a more pleasing effect, because your each of your brush strokes and all the marks that you make indicate the journey of exploration that you have while you're studying your specimen. And I think that stem could be a little bit redder, so I'm taking some red with a little bit of yellow to warm it up. There we go, that's better. And you know, painting this way is it's sort of averaging out your decisions. Well, all of painting is decision making. So at any given moment, you are deciding what needs to get done next. And in the course of that decision making process, you're making your best guess as to what the tone, the color, where the line goes, and so forth. And you get better at that all the time. So don't be in a hurry to finish is the moral of the story here. Just let it develop, take your time. And if you hit a place where you just don't know what to do next, don't do anything. Just turn it to the wall. Don't look at it. Come back to it another time, and you'll have a better idea of what to do. I'm just working around, adjusting my values, adjusting my tones. You know, a lot of people ask, oh, how do you paint a white flower on white paper? Well, remember, this is just a quick study. This is a little sketch. This isn't a full-blown painting, but there's a lot of different devices that you can use to help you do that. So it could be the background, or you could use a leaf or some other object in the picture to act as a foil to provide an outline, or you can use a series of very, very pale grays. So for instance here, I'm taking this sort of a violet tone. Now why did I select violet? Well, because today is a very blue day outside and the light is very cool, and remember, we're using the light from the north light window. There we go. And these little studies that you do that start to add up over time you can use to make cards with. So on Saturday, this coming Saturday, right here, excuse me, on Facebook Live, I'm going to have the Paper Crafting Saturday show, and I think what I'll do is I'll take this picture and I'll show you how I turn something like this into a beautiful little note card that you can give to somebody and brighten their day. Or keep for yourself. Now these fuzzy little bud wrappers are very pale green. Beautiful silvery, so almost like a terra vert, a very beautiful gray silvery green. So that's going to be a lot of fun to figure out how to paint. So that's something I'll be doing later today. And all I want to do right now is just put a couple of really rich accents. So I'm going back to my strong violet mixture, and I'm just going to drop that in this area here where the shadow is. Along the shadow side of the stem. Okay, and I think that will do it for today. Let me zoom you in. And there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you liked that. I hope to see you again on Saturday at 12 noon for Paper Crafting Saturday. And in the meantime, please go to DandelionCottageDesign.com and subscribe to Notes so I can send you a listing of all the monthly classes coming up in May. And there's going to be several. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to seeing you. And remember, stay safe, stay happy, stay creative. See you Saturday.